Zergy, 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 and he's got upgrades that aren't quite done right when the attack comes, and his spending is very low. Very low. Very high. This is how you want to lose as Zerg. This is what you want to screw up and accidentally lose the game by doing, is making too many workers and getting too many expansions and too many upgrades and not having enough army. Because I'd rather have too much money than not enough, right? I forgive you, Zergman, for losing, but it makes me shake my head. What the hell? You know, seriously. Luckily, luckily we were rooting for Nick, you know? So we made 1,000,000 lings, he cleaned up there, he's gonna clean up. No, he can't really clean up down here. Nope, didn't clean up. Didn't clean up. Nick wins. Nick wins. Good game. I lost control of my hatcheries. Bad control. My life. But seriously, even if he'd spent every penny of this huge amount of money he has stored up in the bank, he couldn't have beaten you. He was short $5,000. You know, it wasn't close. Damn, man. Damn. He had a high income at the end, but I bet you anything he had a low income before that. Let's watch total spending across all three of these bars. Just spending, constant spending. He's ahead. He's ahead. Looks like you guys are even. You guys are even. He's ahead. He's pretty far ahead. Pretty far ahead. Pretty far ahead. Even. Even. Ahead. Ahead. He's still ahead. He's still ahead. He's still ahead. Usually he's going to be ahead until you get max saturation on 2 base, which is around 11 minutes, so I expect him to be ahead until 11 minutes, and then you to pull way ahead. But we'll find out what happens. Now you're pretty far ahead. Pretty far ahead. It's the 1,500 against 1,500. You guys are pretty even. Now you're ahead. You're a little bit more ahead. You're a little bit more ahead. All right. Right now is when you should start to pull way ahead. Let's see if that's what happens. So your income is pretty significantly higher than his, and your spending is now way ahead of his. Way ahead. You're almost 4,000. You're more than $4,000 ahead. You're $3,000 ahead. Pretty far ahead. Pretty far ahead. Pretty far ahead. Pretty far ahead. So yeah, this is a typical situation, and this is why we time our attack to be at 15 minutes. Is because once you hit max saturation on 2 base with all your mules, you just enter this area in which the Zerg just can't really compete economically. He can't spend as much money as you until he, you know, saturates his third and catches up again. There's just kind of a timing window that's very pretty, very pretty. So at the time of the attack, 2,000 ahead, 2,000 ahead, and 2,400 behind. So yeah, he was about $3,000 behind, and he didn't have $3,000 in the bank. So his excuse is invalid. He did not have enough money. Even if he had spent every single penny of this money, he would have not had enough to win this game. Too far behind. Crazy. He played really well, but with your spread of units, his fungal growth couldn't do enough damage to knock this shit down. Really good job, Nick. I like it. I like it, I like it, I like it. You did a great job in this game, and sucks to be you, stupid Zerg man. Wow. And he didn't screw up a lot. I kind of feel like he did really well. But there was just this big gap for a short time, and you hit right in the middle of that gap. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Good job, Nick. I like it. Oh, look, look, look. So things that you could definitely have improved a lot on. Either get less gas, which I do a lot, by don't take these 2 geysers, and then don't build this reactor core, and don't build any add-ons on any of your buildings until you've started 2-2 and have your I mean, you can only start 2-2 by having a factory and an armory, but you have exactly enough gas on 2 geysers. Don't get this tech lab, don't start stim, don't do any of that shit. The only thing you spend gas on is 1-1, factory, armory, 2-2. And then you throw down a starport, and then you throw down all your add-ons, you start stim, and then you start pumping medevacs, and that'll give you enough gas to produce the exact same amount of medevacs as you produced in this game. and do all the things that you did in this game. And instead of having 1,000 gas, you'll have 1,000 more minerals. But the problem with that is that we're already entering into max saturation territory, wherein we have oversaturation because you don't secure your third fast enough. So getting 2 less gas would just mean you have 6 SCVs not doing anything. Because they can't go mine minerals, there's nowhere to mine, so they would just be not doing anything. So I don't really recommend that path. Instead, just get another starport. Yeah, just get another starport. I still would really like to see this secured at the 15-minute mark, and obviously it wasn't. Secured and mining at full capacity with planetary fortress morphing and turrets being built, and that shit did not happen. So, yeah. Get that third quicker, get less gas, or spend that gas. But everything else is perfect. Absolutely perfect and beautiful, and I love it. I disapprove of the choice of making a tank. I think that was completely stupid. But better to build a tank than to not spend the gas at all, right? Actually, probably not, because the Marines you could have spent for the 150 minerals would probably do better than the tank itself. So yeah, tank, don't build that guy. Or if you do build him, leave him home and siege him up right here as a defensive measure. Like, I'm okay with making two defensive tanks, and like put one way up here and one way up here, and then they're like pew pew at anyone who comes near you. That's cool. But don't make an attacking tank without siege mode. I mean, obviously.